fucking fart in the car?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Is this because of the last time?
Yes, it is. I broke my fucking nose.
So? You motherfucker.
Look.
Hello everyone, I'm King Crescent from the past. I'm here to let you all know that I had to destroy the future King Crescent because he actually gave you shitty ass videos. Now, with that being said, I'm here to let you all know that we actually have a much better news. With the next videos that we will be making, editing, and all that beautiful shit, we actually have officially DaVinci Resolve Studio. This is excellent news, fantastic news, which means that we will give you curated, beautiful shit that will actually melt your brain. With that being said, please enjoy the next couple of episodes of Crescent Cross. Oh, fuck you. King Crescent of the future, you've managed to fucking survive? I knew this day was gonna come.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, King Crescent, and today here joined with me is the non-Caucasian, the cabron, Cameron Cross.
You're lucky you're half.
Very well. Anyways, if you haven't seen our show, it's the show where we get into a car crash and piss off our car insurance company because, well,
And piss people off in general.
in wonderful car crashes that we find funny. Simpsons, Cash Guys, you know how it is. So, we start off with our episodes with small talk. So, how are you, Cross?
I'm doing okay.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate?
Been listening to a lot of music, watching films.
Working on your channel,
Yeah.
and I need to start working on my channel. But
Yeah.
that's for future.
Yeah. Let's see. It's been a slightly depressing few days because of the film I watched and a comic I finished reading. It's about a certain event that happened in the 30s and 40s.
Okay.
I'm not gonna elaborate, but if you're aware of what happened in Europe around that time, you'll know what I'm talking about. I was emotionally destroyed after finishing a certain film that Steven Spielberg made. It was good. Like I said, it was a lot of emotional damage. But yeah, I just had a goal of watching at least one film each week.
Okay.
You know, I got a degree in films, so I should
Put it to use.
put it to use and also study more films.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet aside from work stuff, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's your small talk.
Yep.
All right then. Well,
We
here's
actually kept it small.
and as for me, Queen Panal and I recently went over to Pinballs. We enjoyed our time there. We actually go a lot there for our dates, actually, and we've been accumulated a lot of tickets, and
The mask. Oh, I mean, it's right there. We might as well show it.
you might as well show it. So yeah.
I was trying to be discreet.
Yeah. So continuing on, yeah, we went to Pinballs. We were enjoying our time. We accumulated a whole lot of points the multiple times that we went there, and Queen Padala and I, we decided to spend some of our tickets. She got a little every time she goes, she gets a little keychain to go along with her Pinballs lanyard, and most of it has actually been a the Pac-Man stuff. So like as the Pinky, Blinky,
Inky,
Inky.
Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and then depending on
Clyde.
but if you're playing Miss Pac-Man, it's Sue.
So she actually almost has all of the ghosts, and we're missing a Pac-Man. We're missing the orange ghost.
Clyde.
Yeah, and the ones that she currently has. And the other one she has is a Pickle Rick. Got to be a classic. And the one that she recently picked up was an Oreo light. It's a cute little light.
I have a quick question.
Yes,
So she needs Clyde and Pac-Man. Does she have Miss Pac-Man?
she does not have Piss Mac. I almost said Piss Macman.
Oh no.
I'm saying she's got to have both Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man.
Well, of course.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, there's a reason why we didn't get Miss Pac-Man or Clyde. We were looking at the price counter and they no longer have it. I know. I was
An incomplete set.
we weren't able to complete the set. Mainly her mindset whenever we're at pinballs is that she gets a keychain from there, and what was it? She likes to add and collectively add the keychains, and I'm like, okay, that's very fair, and
Be her equivalent of a battle vest, where it's like all the patches and pins from all the bands you see live.
if that's fair, yeah.
Be her equivalent of that.
And so she got that as well as I don't know if I mentioned this, but she got a little tiny, what was it? A hedgehog. It's a little green hedgehog, very adorable. And as for me, what was it? I got me one of these. It's a cool looking mask for paintball, or what was it? If you just want to shoot Orbeez at each other, people actually, and that's actually what they were selling too. Like they actually had Orbeez guns. It's pretty cool, and I wanted to get this because it looked pretty sick. I like this thing. I probably would wear it for a feature film idea, but we'll get to that into another point.
You should just put it off for a second.
Oh yeah. I will put it on for a second. I was born from the darkness, molded by it. I did not even see the light until I was only a man. But then, when I saw it, it was blinding. For those who know, they know.
I literally said the name of the character.
What happened?
I literally said the name of the character before you put it on.
I know, but for those who actually know and know which exact film, they know.
Fair.
But that's my small talk. We enjoyed our time. We ate some some delicious food and played a whole lot of games. Exactly.
What's your go-to game?
My go-to game, I love playing Guitar Hero because like they don't make Guitar Hero games anymore.
Can't imagine why.
So now what was it? I could only play it on what was it in pinballs. And plus, my favorite go-to song to play while I'm with Queen Panala is "Sunshine of Your Love."
My go-to game is either Cruisin', like the Cruisin' arcade game,
Yeah.
Galaga,
Ooh.
Centipede, and Time Crisis.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I got some good picks there.
But the new thing that I did this time, well, what we did is we were playing some of the pinballs because pinballs, duh. And
you gotta play pinballs while you're there, man.
exactly, like it makes no sense if you don't play pinballs. Like
Each pinballs has different pinball machines too, so it makes it a little interesting when you go to each one.
indeed. So guess which one I played? John Wick pinballs,
Nice.
and it is just as amazing as from the movies, man. And Queen Panala played the Venom pinballs. Both were fun. Both were amazing. And
Can I take a quick moment so we can mourn the loss of Space Cadet Pinball that was always on the Microsoft Windows? I'm not wearing the hat, but you get the idea. I know there is a way to emulate it. I found a Reddit post that can download it.
oh shoot, okay,
I still haven't. Yeah. This is where me having all those tabs comes in handy. I don't know if I favored it, but at least I still have a tab.
okay.
We'll figure that out another day.
Side tangent. This man right here has so many tabs
And Windows.
and windows open on his laptop. It infuriates me.
I had the same situation as well.
You are not as bad. You are not as bad, Naname. You are not as bad. He has like millions upon millions of tabs and
No.
windows open.
It's dozens.
I even have group tabs.
Either way, his is worse. Yours is not as bad. It infuriates me, but it's not as bad. So yes, so that's my small talk and my side tangent. So you mentioned earlier work.
I made a therapeutic device.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. My therapeutic device is somewhere else.
Okay.
But what was it? Let me see that real quick. I don't know which. I know the first size was a small knife, but here's a next bigger size. It's a big knife. It's a big knife, but not as big as the one I like to present. But
I'm Texan, so I have a fondness for the bowie knives. Let's say buoy. But
For a second, I thought you said booby knife.
no, that would have nipples on here instead of these wolves. And
There is a booby knife out there. Please send us it.
so, do you want to introduce your topic?
The topic for today is retail stories. And this could be just either like fun stories that we've had
Or the
or
rage.
rage inducing. But the ones that I have, and I'm pretty sure the ones that you have, are rage inducing.
Yeah.
So
I should probably elaborate. A big part of why my stuff is frustrating is the clientele of where I work. I'm sure a lot of people already got the gist of what I'm talking about. Now, if y'all think Cracker Barrel staff are rude, you are right. But we have a reason. It's because of y'all.
actually, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. The few times that I went to Cracker Barrel, none of them has been rude to us.
Oh, Cracker Barrel has a bit of a reputation. It's not Popeye's level of rude.
Or Waffle House.
A lot of Waffle House employees are pretty chill. It's when people try to fight them.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Like Cracker Barrel's whole thing is having hospitality, and we try to do our very best. But man, sometimes guests make us wish we weren't very hospitable, and makes us wish we worked at a Waffle House. Because a lot of our clientele is old entitled people.
Mmm.
You know how that goes.
Indeed, yes.
Where they think just because you're older than them, that you don't have to explain things to them. It's like, we all don't know shit about the modern world.
No.
It's that meme from Malcolm in the Middle. Your time has passed, old man.
The future is now, old man.
Yeah, that, it's just like, yeah, a lot of my stories are pretty rage inducing there.
Yeah.
Also there's the whole homophobia, racism, but it's also a chain from the South called Cracker Barrel. What'd you expect was gonna happen?
Yeah, yo.
But like I said, it ain't Popeye's level bad. Actually, no, I've worked in one of those suckers too. But
Well, let's not fret, man. Popeyes, Cracker Barrel, those places have some good food, man.
more so Popeyes.
And you know what? What's funny is that in the previous episode, we did talk about food and how delicious food is.
Yeah. We're talking about the services that provide you the food now,
Exactly.
which is where shit happens.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start off with something light though.
Yes, actually, since I've done a lot of talking, you actually go first.
At the Crux, I've worked at a couple. They actually mentioned that they always hate dealing with health inspection. Not because they not because it's dirty. On the contrary, they say it's pretty clean. But the specific people that they send always make up problems, so that way they can force a fine.
I hate people like that.
So they just end up just having to pay it because they know it's bullshit anyways. You people are what's wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
I agree.
I don't even work in the kitchen, but cause I work in the retail section. But still, fuck y'all. That's money that should be going to the employees because we don't get paid shit.
Listen, man. Employees definitely need to be paid proper. That's the one thing that I gotta say.
Actually, let me do one more side tangent before we go into the retail side.
Do the thing, man.
When people do not pay the servers or to go, I get not paying to go, and the chain has understood that, so they give them an actual wage. But people find excuses to not pay servers. And it drives me nuts. And because we have a lot of foreign people, which they don't have tipping culture, which I get, but also at the same time you have to understand it's a thing in this country for a reason. Yeah, and I understand tipping is a problem in this country, but at the same time, this is how people get their money here. If people find excuses where it's just because we don't do cashback on a card, because we don't do cashback where I work, so then they use that as an excuse to not tip. When it's just you could have just paid the tip with your fucking card.
You could have. Or just go to the ATM and just
we don't
bring us
have one.
cash.
We don't have one in the store.
Oh, never mind then.
So it's just again, it's people find excuses to not tip these servers, and it's I don't know. Is that I
Is it
I
too much
hate
to ask to tip
servers. Again, I don't work for tips. I have an actual wage there, but still, it's just one of those rage-inducing things. It's hey, I hate some of the people I work with. It's still their money though.
It's still their money, exactly.
It's one of those things just pisses me the fuck off. I don't know. That could be just I hate people, but I'm also wildly empathetic at the same time. Where it's just kind of one of those I don't like children, but when people hurt children, I'm fuck you. Exactly. I think that's just what any human should be at least.
Yeah. Be kind. Pay your wages. Pay your wages.
Tip your waiters.
Tip your waiters, exactly. Pay them well, man.
Because unless this government does something about that, how else are they gonna get?
Yeah.
How else are they gonna get paid?
Yeah, indeed.
So let's start off with the actual retail stories then.
All right.
That was my tangent.
So I guess I'll start then. So here is my story. So the topic that I have is, let's see. Okay, so this is where I went undercover. And but before we actually get started, I would like to say, first of all, what was your very first job?
Real job?
First real job, yeah.
Popeyes. Before that, I did work study at ACC.
Okay, okay. For me, I actually worked during high school actually, and I my first job was not even retail, but I was a custodian. I actually go late at night, offices, office building, and just clean up the area. And by the end of the day, I just drove all the way back to home and like call it a night, man. So yeah, my very first job was a janitor.
Yeah, at Popeyes, I was the to-go person, side prep, and the front cashier at the same time.
Okay.
And sometimes I had to help with drive-through and at the window.
Okay.
I was well liked because I handled all that. Yeah,
But
I'm a very good cashier.
yeah.
I'm damn good. Like at work, I literally like people have questions about the cashier, even people who work there longer than me. I'm usually the one who has to answer them.
Yeah. But later on with me though, like what was it? I've done some internships over at universities, and then later on, I what was it? Became a what was it? A dishwasher, and then finally now I'm working at a and
Bakery section.
in the bakery section, and what was it? I'm just handling retail, but for food. And in HEB, what was it? We've actually had some. What was it? I wouldn't. I would like to say some incidences.
Incidents.
Incidents, yeah. And one of them was where actually I went undercover, where I actually went on break, and used my break to just to go undercover and help out one of the securities that I'm cool with, and so what people were doing at the time was like stacking up a whole lot of meat, and they actually taught us this in in training. Like if you notice unusual behaviors, such as like people just stacking up a lot of meat. What was it? Like it looks like people may be accounting for stealing, so you gotta literally watch out for that. So I was actually helping out one of the security people there, and was just taking a look at what was it, one of the customers. It turns out that that person actually was paying for what was it paying for all that. It looked like they were going for a party or something like that. I don't know what the purpose was, but they ended up paying up for everything. They didn't do any harm, they didn't do any wrong, so I was like, oh, okay, well, pretty cool, all right then. Well, I watched out for that, and went back to doing my regular duties. But I can also tell you a story of where someone actually was stealing. So this this story involves me just working. What was it? Just working, doing regular cleaning up, closing down the bakery section, and I got a customer coming up to me working on what was it, asking if I could write down on a cake for them. I'm like, yeah, sure, I could write down on a cake. So and I remember specifically this was a an Oreo cake from our store.
Those cakes are good.
Those things are good. Like I like when we came to
I got those for my birthday cakes for years, man.
say man, high five.
Over there with an ice cream one.
Oh my god, yes. Yes, delicious.
We can't escape food topics on this channel.
No, we can't. Going back over to the topic of retail stories of thievery. So this person asked me to write down a cake for them, and then they had to go leave for whatever reason. But they said, "Yeah, can you just write down for, let's just say, for the sake of what was it? Not revealing any ID, like real names, or let's just say Amanda, if you will." So I wrote down "Happy Birthday, Amanda," yada yada yada.
Hope you didn't put yada 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 on the cake. I had to. I had to.
Well, for your information and for the audience information, no, I did not.
Good.
So
I had to.
so once she came back and I finished, I handed the cake off to her, and she left. Only to find out that I got this cake back. I'm like, well, what's going on? Well, why are you returning this cake? And the same security guard who I was helping out, being undercover for, he was saying that yeah, this person was trying to steal some stuff. I was like, what the heck? She seemed like a legit customer, and now like they're thieves. People are thieving from our store. I'm like, what the heck, man? And then like they even had me write "Happy Birthday, Amanda," yada yada yada, and the security guard was like, "Well, whoever Amanda is, they're not getting a happy birthday today."
That's a good response.
That is a good response.
Pretty good.
But yeah, that's was the first set of my stories. Why don't you tell a story?
Well, let me see what I got. I've got options, people.
You got options. He has options, indeed.
As a lighthearted, funny one, because I actually have a couple of those. Oh, we often have contests in the retail store if there's stuff that we're trying to like promote, and we have Lindors.
Ooh, yes, I love Lindors.
Yeah, I don't like the bars, but I'll get back to that in a second.
They have bars? Huh.
I don't like them because they melt too easily. Like, but this gentleman was trying to ask if they had pineapple ones. I'm like, I don't believe there's a pineapple one. He meant coconut because he saw it. He's like, oh wait, you do have them, and he lifts them up. And I said, I was quiet. He's like, and then he saw he saw my face. And he was like, what did I say? I said, you said pineapple. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, because like, hey, like I said, that's lighthearted compared to what I also have. Because should I start going for the deep shit?
You put the lime in the coconut and you drink it up. Okay, I'm done.
I have no idea what that was. Yeah, but should I start with some of the with the heavy hitters?
Let's go for it, man. This is what we're here for.
It's funny how I mentioned the homophobic thing at Cracker Barrel,
Okay.
because that's like a staff thing.
Yeah.
But I got called the homophobic slur at work. So what happened? I bitched about this in the Stupid Things Being Stupid episode about the whole like line situation, because it always causes problems when there's time in. So, I had these guests and I couldn't tell if they were shopping or like, or if they were checking line. I said, oh, hey, the line's in the middle. And I'm walking away. She said, like, sir, she said, sir, we come here all the time. We know where the line is. And I'm like, okay. And I was like walking away. She was talking to her boyfriend and mocking me. I'm like, oof, you're self-control.
That's not.
And I'm trying to avoid them. If they're gonna ask for help, I was just gonna not help them.
Yeah. Well, simply, yeah.
Especially because she was already hostile to me. But then, her boyfriend started grabbing something, and I was like, he grabbed this display. I'm like, oh, I'll be the bigger person, not for the item in the box. And you've been in a Cracker Barrel. You've been to the one I work at. Yep, not a big store.
Not a big store.
You know how like we have to like walk around to keep an eye on things, as well as like see like if anyone needs help.
Yeah, of course, man. Hospitality, man.
And then earlier, I helped someone with the to-go because it's right next to where the cashiers are. And I see some people lining up where they aren't supposed to line up. I'm telling those people, you can clearly tell who I'm talking to. I said, oh, hi, the line's in the middle. And then the lady thinks I'm talking to her.
Mm.
And like she looks at me and I give her the stink eye because she was giving it back to me. I'm like, it goes both ways, bitch. And then later, and like as I'm like doing my rounds, she's like comes up to, like walks up to me and said, like she says, you're a fucking weirdo. I'm just like, okay, I didn't curse at you, but and then it's like talking to her husband, it's like he said like, yeah, this F word keeps following me around, and I just like, all right, I'm just gonna call the manager because I could be said, hey sir, I didn't call you any slur, so you don't have to call me anything.
Yeah, man.
Like it's a simple respect thing. I call the manager, he comes up, and I literally walk up to him. I say, these people, I will tell you my side of the story afterwards. And he just said, like, yeah, next time that happens, especially if they're being hostile, just leave the area. Here's the thing, I didn't realize that was an option. The second time, there's 3 of us. One of them is like also on the floor, and the other one's at cash. We didn't have a lot of people, so it's just like, yeah, like I don't want to do that to my coworkers, especially because one of them's new.
Okay, yeah, that.
So it's just like one of those like, because again, I didn't realize that was option, and 2, it's like, hey, I'm trying to do my job.
Yeah, trying to work for your pay, man.
Yeah, and if they said that they come there all the time, I hope they don't come back.
Yeah, exactly.
If they do come back, I'm just gonna, if I see them and they're like, you still working, I'm gonna call manager and say, hey, these guys were hostile to me before. They can tell you the story. I'm going to go to the break room so I can get myself out of the situation.
Oh.
Like, because if they ever do come back,
Yeah.
because the thing with the managers is like, yeah, they listen to guest complaints, but they always take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they're aware of the clientele. The clientele gets very hostile.
See, I don't get why people have to be mean to each other, man. Like,
Yeah.
like, listen, I get it that you and me, we are a chaotic force of nature, but we actually are very nice to each other, to other people, and all that. But I don't get why is there such a thing of hatred upon your fellow man right there.
Yeah,
man.
and I even told the manager, I got called a slur. He was like, okay. Or it's like, yeah, because he knew it was serious. But it's like, here's the thing. They're talking to the one person who does not give a shit what this said to them.
Yeah.
And will fire back. Because I'll fire back.
No, I know you will fire back.
And like I said, because it's like, if this continued, let's just say things would have been thrown.
Yeah.
But
And then if things were thrown, that means you probably would have not have a job at that time.
yep,
So good thing that what was it? We have self control,
yeah, and I'm
because for those who don't have self control against the aggressors, then it's just a losing battle right there.
yeah, it's just like treat people right.
Exactly, man.
If you have a problem, just say, "Hey, I don't like how you talk to me," and I just say, "If I need to forward you to a manager, I'll do that. They'll have a conversation with me. The managers know that I have a bit of an anger issue. I have gotten better.
Yeah.
But they do know I have it. So it's just like, yeah, I'm not the one you want to get angry at, is what I'll say about that.
Moral story is be fucking nice, man. It's
Yeah.
not that fucking hard.
Yeah. I try to treat you with respect. I know sometimes I know I have that voice that can be a little off putting.
Yeah.
So I understand it. But just treat people kindly.
Exactly, man. It's not that fucking hard.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, you have another one?
I got plenty.
Oh yeah, okay.
Here's another smaller one real quick.
Okay, yeah,
I remember one time this lady got mad because we didn't. I'm not pulling up my sleeves in anger. It's just getting hot here.
Yeah.
Who got mad because we didn't take checks? What places still take checks?
Yeah. What places do take checks?
And she was complaining because there wasn't a sign on the door, and the manager at the time said like, hey, he said we used to have a sign, but like that was a long time ago, and she's complaining like we should have kept it up. It's like this is an older lady. It's like I said, the clientele sometimes just inherently has their problems. It's just like I said, what places still take checks? That's my thing. But it's like that's a smaller one in comparison, but it's just like, man, we're not in the 2000s anymore.
No, we're not.
Like maybe grocery stores will still take checks, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, actually they do, especially around
Yeah.
self-check services, because like I remember at one point I actually did get a check. I asked, hey, can I get some cash out of this? They said, yeah, sure, here. You just got to take off $3 and bada bing bada boom, it's you. I was like, awesome, bet.
Yeah, because like I said, like there's some places like banks, but like restaurant,
No, restaurants you can't expect that.
But yeah, like I said, that's a small thing in comparison. I'll let you have your turn before I go into the next chaos.
So let's see. Undercover. Oh, okay then. So this one is I'll start off with something a little lighter and then I'll get into a little bit heavier. So one day I was actually cutting up some garlic bread, or at least some French bread to make into garlic bread. And I wasn't wearing those certain gloves, those cut resistant gloves. So I cut my thumb. And I was bleeding a lot, but not to the point where I lost like a gallon worth of blood. No, I was just I was bleeding just fairly amount, like a lot,
Moderate.
a moderate amount. I believe it was this thumb right here. You won't be able to see it. It's like the scar is very very light.
Take a picture.
I would, but like it's very very light. Like you barely notice it. But if I'm able to see or like mark it, I will.
Yeah.
So once I accidentally slit my thumb, I was just walking around to different asking for help, and most of them were just like not helping until
Including the pharmacy.
including oh my god, even including the pharmacy. Like
And
they
that,
were just squeamish.
and that guy in the break room.
Yeah. Oh my wait. Guys,
You said like you were like bleeding the guy in the break room. You were just like, hey, can you help? And he just like walked away.
oh my god, yes. What was it? There was a guy in the break room. I was like, hey, listen, like, I'm bleeding. I need someone to help me out here. Can someone help me out? Yeah, homeboy just simply left. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. So I just simply found one of the MICs, and they were just helping me out. Like I was just still like just putting a whole lot of pressure onto the cut, and I was still bleeding like a lot until the same guy who left from the break room, he actually came back with a bag of ice. And I was like, oh, okay, then bet. So
Help with the pain.
it helped with the pain, but also at the same time, the ice actually helped a whole lot more than what I thought it did. Oh, and also, before I forget, I also did put on, I covered it up with a lot of paper towels. So it was paper towels and then ice to help like slow the bleeding process. And I was holding on to the bag of ice for dear life, if you will, and I was just sitting in the office until one of my what was it managers at the time. What was it? Came in and she helped me out. I was like, okay, good. What was it? She was just helping me out. She was staying there with me. What was it? And I'm like, I'm normally just chill and everything, but what was it? She understood. Like, hey, listen, what was it? Like people are just leaving you right there. It's not cool. I mean, yeah, like you're fine and all that, probably because of the adrenaline. But other than that, it's not cool that everybody's just leaving you out there, man. With no help. And so she was just staying there. She helped me out, especially like with whatever thing I need to write. Like I wrote. I what was it? I took care of like a personnel incident. I went over to the nearby place
Work related incidents.
for work related incidents, like for the doctor's offices. And what was it? Yeah, what was it? The doctor helped me out. He said I didn't even need stitches, especially since I was holding on to the bag of ice and the blood flow was slowing down a bit. And what was it? It was just like the ice was helping close up the wound for a bit. All they had to do was just put up a nice bandage, and I was well. And I decided to come back for work. My manager at the time, she was just like, "Hey, listen, like you don't have to come back to work." I was like, "No, no, no, man, I'm not gonna leave it at the state that I left it in, man. I'm just gonna come back and just come back to work and finish what I started." So you can say I'm definitely a trooper.
Yeah, you are.
And
Heck yes, too. I had to.
what was it? But at the time, while I was there at the doctor's, my manager at the time, she was giving hell to those who able to help me. I'm just like, yo, man, uh, I I was hurt, I was injured, no one's helping me. Like, what's wrong with you? That sort of thing. Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, because I remember when you told me the story, my blood was boiling,
Yeah,
and when I told like my folks what happened, they were mad too. I
right.
remember like a week later, because we chat once a week. Like my stepdad asked, like, "Hey, is King all right?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah, he's good." He's like, "Okay," because yeah, it's like my folks love you,
Yeah.
so it's just like yeah, it's like when something happens to you, they get concerned.
Oh yeah.
But I guess considering we had like an injury story, I haven't had a work injury yet. I've had some close calls though.
Okay.
So to preface this, I often do truck, and a lot of times when we do truck, we don't use step ladders. We just put our feet on the shelves and climb up.
Yeah.
We call it Spider Monkey, even though Spider Man would make more sense.
Oh yeah, very much so.
It is what it is. And sometimes I have not had an incident with this. I had a one close call where it's like I got on the step ladder to hop on the counter, which we use to like fold stuff, and then I'm like, there's this much space from like the counter to the next shelf is like on your side.
Yeah.
And I'm having to go over that or go over a bunch of boxes, and I did it anyways, and I almost fell as a result. They're like, "We told you not to do it." And I said, "Yeah, I know. I wanted that cell." It's like we had all these boxes that we couldn't move. It's like now they can't say I ain't dedicated to selling, especially when yesterday I sold 2 different $100 items.
Oh wow. Congrats, man.
Yeah, no, I'm good. There's a reason I'm in those leadership meetings, and why I still have a job about my issues. But one time, I do all of this, and then the one time I was close to the fall was using the step ladder normally. I don't know what happened, but I was trying to like reach something, I was trying to adjust something, and then the step ladder just started falling. One of my coworkers said it was like it was happening in slow motion. The other one was like screaming, and she was able to react. And so I'm like holding on to like one shelf like this and the railing with this arm,
Yeah.
and then she gets the step ladder in place. I don't know what happened. Like maybe I like set the ladder down on like an unlevel kind of playing field. Like like maybe I put one was on the shelf and the other was on the floor.
Right.
That's possible. Or maybe I just shifted so much weight onto one side that it caused it to fall. No clue what happened, but I ended up not falling. But that was really close,
Yeah.
especially because it was still a truck. So like I either would have damaged an item or an item would have damaged me. So yeah, all of this stunts I do and using step ladder the way it's intended is what causes me to almost fall.
And I'm actually glad you brought this up too. So I didn't work the trucks, but I did work in the freezer to help organize stuff for bakery. And at one point, something happened to one of the shelves. And now mind you, like the shelves has like a metal grid looking formation.
Yeah.
And the what was it? The metal kind of collapsed, and what was it? It was just like still in place. So I kind of had to like grab a few things from there, but I was just like afraid of like going in there and like something collapsing even more and causing me to get injured. But luckily it didn't.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So like, but it was just scary just being in the freezer at the time there. But luckily, all that got fixed. No one got injured. No one got hurt. What was that? None of that.
Yeah.
Looking
at my-
actually, I'm about to look at my list right now too. So,
Okay, this one is called. I call it the day everything went down.
True.
So this is not a rage inducing one, but this was kind of a scary day.
Oh, scary. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Because one day I was checking someone out, and this guy was with his friends, and the guy just passed out and hit his head on the floor.
Ooh.
Like I said, this was like scary. I was like, hey, I just like calling to say, hey, I was like, hey, grab a manager, and like his friends calling his mom and 911.
Yeah, this is not a drill kind of deal.
Yeah, not a joke type of deal. It's like I'm like, it's like I'm trying to like keep the light going, like making sure they're okay. The manager and chief lead were there, so 911 was called, and it was like scary. Like my coworker got some more issues. Maybe it might have been like low blood sugar type of deal.
No.
But it was scary because like I heard him hit his head too. The guy's okay because I saw him like a couple weeks later and I asked him, "Hey, are you good?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, thank you for asking." Because like he was surprised I remembered. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of one of the things that's hard to forget.
Yeah, like,
But it's like
think-
like an ambulance came. That's how serious the situation was, or at least saying like we call 911. Like it was an urgent thing.
the fact that the guy is all right. That's
Yeah.
good to hear, man. But wow, just you could hear him like fall and busted his head. Just
I don't. He didn't bust his head open, but it's like his head hit the ground.
Yeah, the fact that you said that, I was like, oh,
Like I heard it, and it's like because like, and they were there for a while. So one of my coworkers was just like came in. He's like, what's going on? And I explained what happened. He's like, yo. And later, someone told the manager to where they had to call animal control because this was during the summer, mind you.
okay.
And someone let their dog in the car. Same day as this was going down.
Oh no.
This one I didn't see happen, but I was told like, cause I had to step away for a moment, and they're just like, and my coworker, the same coworker's like, he's like, yo, why is everything going down today? And then just like later, like sometimes busters drop things, and when they do, it's very loud, and the whole store goes silent. Never fails. So he drops a glass, the whole store goes silent, and my coworker's like, yo, why is everything going down today? Like
Even the dishes, they went down.
yeah, it's just like that part was comical, but it was just one of those days it's just hard to forget. Where it's like yeah, you have a guy fall on his head, animal control got called, and we had one of those rare moments when a dish gets dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because granted, like there's been some other injuries where it's like one of the mannequins fell and hit a guy on the head, asked me if he was okay, and then after he ate, he decided, yeah, let me call a manager, and I told him what's up. And then one time, like this kid was like walking around, and I guess he bumped one of like our like long reaching stuff to help us grab the hangers that are buff, and three of them slammed him on his head. They're not heavy, mind you. They're like thin metal. Still not ideal. And then it caused one of the items on display, like a cardboard box, to then hit the child on the head. I told the manager what was up. They were like, they weren't sure if they wanted to call manager, and by the end they were checking outside. They were like, yeah, let's get the manager involved. Like,
Yeah, of course.
so I called the manager, told him what happened. As far as I know, nothing drastic happened, but this was like a 3-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Like 3-year-old kids explore.
They explored.
Sometimes where they shouldn't, but it's like kind of one of those like, yeah.
Was
Like
the
even
kid
like
okay though?
yeah, he was fine.
Okay.
Like I said, like the stuff that hit him in the head were not heavy items, but it's still kind of one of those like, yeah, it is a developing kid's head.
Yeah.
I think we had a whole episode where we talked about injuries, and a lot of them were to my head.
Yeah.
And that explains a lot. I think like head injuries do make people aggressive. So at least I have an excuse.
So
Because Nana, you remember Half Stack from Sons of Anarchy, right?
Yeah.
He passed away, right?
Yeah, he did.
You know the circumstances behind that, right?
Well, I know he passed away, but I don't know what the situation was.
So the first thing was he had a motorcycle accident where he wasn't wearing a helmet.
Oh,
Hit
okay.
his head, and that caused some psychological issues that wouldn't end up killing him. That would end up killing him. It's a little dark for this show, but it's kind of one of those. Take a look into it, and you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, it's the topic's a little dark to
Yeah.
continue, but just There's precedent.
There's
We'll leave it at that.
I call this story the photo. So
I think I know this one.
you think you know this one?
He might have told me this one.
Okay, so this was one of those late nights where I was closing down the shop of bakery. I took notice of a family, and they were just chilling and vibing. And then there was this girl with a cow pajamas, and a random dude just decided to take a picture of the girl with the pajama. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I called it in. I called MIC and I told him, hey, listen, like, you better look into this, man, because this guy looks very sketchy right here. And so, what was it? By the end of my shift, I was asking for an update, and homeboy just simply left. He didn't do anything malicious or anything like that. He just simply took a picture, and nothing came of it. I was like, okay, I mean,
Still creepy.
it's creepy. It's very, very creepy right there. And I'm just like appalled and of course angry that like such a thing had happened. I'm like, why are you doing this, man? Like, you're not part of this family, so why are you taking a picture of people, one, not of your age group, but also two, like just why?
Was she like a minor?
She
or-
was definitely a minor.
Well, then that is creepy.
Yeah, it's be very creepy, beyond creepy. And that's just one of my rage-inducing stories. But I have another story, and this is actually one of my last stories.
And I got two more, so we could wrap it up.
Yeah, yeah. So I have one final story from my retail story. So this one is more of prank calls.
You told us.
This is the most recent one that I had to experience. So at one point, I was just closing down shop. It wasn't late; it was just more of middle of my shift, and I got a random phone call. I said, "Hello, how may I help you?" And this kid was playing a song. I was like, "Okay," and the kid was asking me, "Do you like this song?" I'm like, "Yeah." Do you know who's it by? No, it's by Adele. Okay, Adele these nuts. I was like, really? And then they hung up on me. But I had one more phone call, and it was from the same caller. And so it was asking. He was asking, "Hey, do you guys make cakes right here, right?" I was like, "Yeah, we make cakes. So this is the bakery. Would you like to order a cake?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, yeah, but I need to know something first. You guys sell Diet Coke?" I'm like, "We have Diet Coke." He was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, but like we it was like, do you sell Diet Coke?" I'm like, "Sir, this is bakery, not groceries." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I know, but does bakery sell Diet Coke?" He was like, "We sell Diet Coke." And then and as while I had this person on the phone, I took a picture of the phone number and got that phone number blacklisted for my store. And when I went over to one of the MICs, I asked them, "Hey, listen, can you like, you're not gonna believe this, but well, I got a prank call, and I would like for you to blacklist this number." And when I told Queen Panala this story, she said, "Yo, listen, like, whoever whoever is trying to call HB can no longer get a HB cake, and if they did, well, they're shit out of luck because their kid ruined it for them."
I think this kid saw that Japanese meme. You know, it's like a can I have, you know, we're trying to say Coke, but it sounds like that. I think they saw that meme and thought it would be funny
Yeah.
to do in real life. And that just reminded me of this one guy. Like, when I was closing, this guy has asked me, "Hey, do you also old fashioned condoms?" I might have told the story before on this show.
Old-fashioned condoms.
Yeah, where they're made out of leather.
Elaborate.
Instead of the rubber like lubricated kind, you know, like they're just made out of rubber,
Okay.
which they used back in the day, evidently.
You mean leather?
Yeah, leather.
Okay.
And I said, "No, sir, this is a Christian store." And he said, "Christians don't use condoms," and I said, "Catholics don't." Because the whole birth control thing. We're not going to get into that, but
We're not gonna get into that.
yeah. I don't know, Cracker Bros, the old country store, and has a lot of old people, but like, what makes you think we sell this?
Yeah.
Like, we literally have a toy section on the other corner.
It's a family business. Come on, man.
Yeah.
In your mind, you're like, what are you thinking?
Like, are you stupid? Where's your brain? It's just like, or like maybe not leather, but like use like animal hide, I guess. But I guess technically it's still leather, but it's like
Or
it's just dunk.
or like animal intestines.
I don't know.
I don't know how people do it back in the day.
I don't know either, and that's why a lot of them had children.
Yeah.
Because again, Catholic no birth control thing. Because you know the joke in Age of Ultron where he's saying like Ultron's multiplying faster than Catholic rabbits. That's the joke.
Oh my God.
But for my last set, or do you have any more?
No, I'm actually fresh out. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm actually
I got three
what
more.
was it yeah, I'm out.
So in the retail section, we don't want drinks being thrown away in our bins because we have to smell them all day.
Yes, yes.
And also just gets things dirty if something spills.
That's why you throw it in the sink.
Yeah. If people don't realize that because we don't have a trash can in the store, and we probably should at this rate because also if it happened, I said, no, man, we don't. Sorry, man, we don't take trash like that back here. And then I look away and she crosses the line to the registers to put her trash in my trash can.
Oh,
I don't know what it is people think they can go past the registers. You don't do this at Walmart. You don't do this at Target. Why do you do it here?
you don't do it at any store, man. Why you gotta do it there?
Yeah, I don't know what it is that just, I don't know what it is about that just makes common sense blow out the fucking window. But it's just kind of one of those rage induced things. And then, like, literally, it's one of my bad moments where I got the thing out of my trash can and I handed it back to her saying, ma'am, you can toss it in the laser. She complained about it to one of my coworkers, and my coworker asked me what happened. And I told her, she's like, okay, yeah, that was. This was like, if I have to fetch something out of the trash and hand it back to you so you throw it away properly, you know you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another moment where people got behind the register. Like sometimes the FedEx people like cross register because I'm helping guests. I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
Those cases, fine. I sometimes tell people, hey, just wait. I can go over there. But I'm usually chiller with them because it's usually the same guy all the time. Where it's like there's a matter of certain level of trust, but it's not ideal. This other guy was like a third party driver, and our third party stuff we get very strict with it because people do steal,
Yeah.
especially third party drivers. Because now we're at the point where unpaid orders are just held in the kitchen until they're paid for. We tell people this and we just say, sorry, but some people do steal. That's caused a policy change. But, we have to see that they confirm because that way it's like if it's stolen, it's on the driver, not us. And this guy said, hey, like, hold on, we need to confirm. And he, like, goes past, bumps one of my coworkers, an old lady, and, like, wipes in front, but so fast where I can't even see the name. So he walks away. I reported this to a manager. I figured out what service it was. It was DoorDash, so they called DoorDash support. We didn't get a name because they don't put name tags on them. They should, though, at this rate.
They should, yeah.
And another time, like, an old man bumped one of my coworkers, an older lady, has back problems.
Oh, man.
And my coworker raised hell of that person. So it's not just me. Like, literally, like, we try to be hospitable, but if you fuck with us, we will let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this last one, it's like I have it here, but I forgot what it is. It literally happened the same day. So the same day a spill happened. Like I don't know where I was, but I came back and I realized there was a spill there. I'm like, oh, what happened here?
What happened?
And then, the host is just like telling me, she's like, okay, can you get me some paper towels to like help me like dry this up? And then and I say like, because and I said, hey, get the Swiffer from the closet so you can mop it up. And she grabs a broom and dustpan to just sweep the ice. Just like, okay. So then I have to here's the thing, I have stuff to do, so I have to stop what I'm doing to get this cleaned up. And I even say hey, can you grab the wet floor sign? And I had to grab that too. So it's there's one of the where did the common sense go in this situation? Where did it go?
Why you gotta throw out your common sense?
And literally when I was telling her what happened, she just responds, oh no. And I really said to grab mop, she also shut me up too. So it's so I basically had to clean up the whole mess and I had to grab an actual mop to get things clean.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have so much stuff about me cleaning and one time the GM broke a syrup bottle in the whole section. The GM and the retail manager, my boss, had to clean it up.
Wow.
So she had to take all the shelves, take everything off the shelves, take off the shelves themselves. And when The GM came back, and she literally had to tell him, "What did you think was going to happen? You know, like, why did you do this? Like, because like my boss used to be the GM of the store, so my GM there is pretty new to the whole thing. So it's like she had to give her boss a lecture, basically.
That's hilarious.
I don't know why she's not a GM anymore. I think it was just kind of one of those she didn't want to be in anymore, so she just demoted herself. And then when the previous retail manager at the store quit, because I was the district manager, you know, like like my boss's boss.
Yeah.
When she found out that I was moving back to Round Rock, which is where the store is, she like specifically said, "Hey, can you actually transfer to the store and we'll give you like a pay raise?" And I took it because like I was asked to come because I said I needed help, and they because like the department's a bunch of older ladies. Me carrying the heavy stuff was a big help to them.
That's good, man.
So it's like there, like I said, there's reasons I haven't been fired in. Plus, there's like a whole thing with the like there's a little bit of like power balancing thing. It was like, hey, a restaurant manager cannot fire a retail worker without talking to the without the retail worker, and vice versa. So it keeps things in check. Like I said, like I'm good 90% of the time, and we're talking about those few stories that just grind our gears. So it's like not every day I'm hostile, but sometimes like again, I've worked at that store for over a year. I've been with the company for over 4 years now.
Yeah.
Events happen. They create stories. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there's a lot of truth to it. Like I think I'm hyperbolizing it maybe 10%.
Okay.
Which should still say a lot, because what I've told Sheol is ratchet.
Yeah.
Can I tell Popeye story real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I remember one time there was this like we saw this brown thing hanging from like the ceiling. And we're like, the fuck is that? Like we didn't know what it was. We knew it smelled bad. And one day the GM got fed up and just decided to see what was up. So she poked it and it fell. It's a dead rat.
Oh no. No.
Did you like saw the whole body of
I didn't see it.
like
'cause I
from the
was busy
ceiling?
I was busy at the front, so I didn't see what was going on. But when it told me, I was like,
yucky.
Oh,
it was disposed of right away. Because again, like it was just one of those cases. Like, what is that? It was there for a few days. What is that? We finally got fed up and like decided to investigate. And we figured out what's going on. Keep in mind, like the Popeyes I work at has good health inspection results. This was just kind of one of those random things that happened. Like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah.
It was just like, where did this thing come from? How did it get in the situation for it to die and be stuck there? But hey, we cleaned it up right away once we figured it out.
Yeah, thank God.
It's just so weird.
It is weird.
Like, I don't even remember what it fully looked like. I just remember it looking like a shit hanging from the ceiling, like vaguely, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's our work stories right here. We'll probably have plenty more later on as
our jobs give us plenty of material to work with
many stories to tell.
But that being said, how'd we get out of that car crash?
At this point, I really don't know. But let's just imagine it.
Your nose doesn't get to break. You have to smell it now. I'd rather smell it than, have a broken nose. Yeah. You still gotta live with that consequence.